let's get into it. So King of the Ring is on the agenda today, and with King of the Ring, we've got an 8-man tournament. Now we could extend that out to be 16. I could think about it, but at the moment we're just gonna go with an 8-man tournament. 4 from SmackDown, 4 from Raw. Now I do like having an extended tournament, having it be more matchups and things like that. It allows a lot easier booking and just allows us a bit of a clear direction on the show. So now the more I think about it, the more I kind of want to extend it out to make it, you know, 8 on each brand. A few qualifiers, yeah, we could definitely do that instead. We could do a couple of qualifiers, you know, have The Rock, Big Show, Angle, Taker all beat someone to get there, and this can be the actual tournament. That might fix our issue. But yeah, so here's the plan. So this is a rough draft. We can easily change this, but I don't know if we probably will. I'm pretty happy with it. Round 1, Kurt Angle and The Undertaker. This is for the SmackDown side. This is you know, SmackDown. The Rock and Big Show. Other matches, we could do The Rock and X-Pac. Or I think that's really our only other option. Yeah, X-Pac. I've left Mankind out because he just had a title shot, so I've left him out. We might maybe have him have a rematch. I'm not sure. Now, the other thing I want to think about is seriously establishing a hardcore division. Now, I know we have the hardcore title that's kind of among all our allies, but do we want to seriously bring in a hardcore division of some sorts? Beats the King, I forgot how many spins I can give away, but I think I have 2, so give them to Bubba and BWM. Yeah, it's 2 spins for you, and they will go to those 2. Thank you so much. Beats the King, thanks for the 100 more bits, man. Appreciate it. So, if we do think about a hardcore division, obviously ECW's thrown away so many of their guys. Let's have a look at who we seriously can consider. So, you know, we've obviously used Anita in the past. He's got 40 pop-ish, so that's not a bad option. I know Sheba would have a fit if I brought in Anita. Some other guys, you know, Madman Pondo doesn't offer much but hardcore ability. John Zandig, CZW World Champ, there you go. He did explosion matches, there you go. Masato Tanaka, I love that dude. I still remember his match. ECW One Night Stand, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Michaelson versus Masato Tanaka. Never heard of the dude before that. Watching it One Night Stand and went, holy shit, this guy is crazy. New Jack, well, I don't really want any murders in the locker room, so we might pass on him. Nick Mondo, yeah, he's got a bit of hardcore ability, but doesn't offer a lot else. Obviously, Sabu would be fantastic. If I could get Sabu to drop some weight and go into the lightweight division as well, I would push that guy to the moon in the lightweight division. I love Sabu. I think he's just an absolute madman, you know, but he's just a joy to watch. So those are the main names you can think about. So probably Sabu and Anita might be the 2 guys that I would probably lock in to want to give a contract to. Let's recap. Now, let's remember last stream as well, we had a few other names. So Mike Awesome, we're keeping him. Yeah, CM Punk has debuted in the mod, and the stream convinced me to try and sign him as well as Colt Cabana. So we're going to send them to developmental if they'll sign with us and work as a tag team there. If we ever want to call him up, I would probably call him up as a tag team. That's kind of where I see Simba, even though he's very good already. So for our hardcore division, Onita, Tanaka, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, and then a couple lower-end guys, Nick Mondo, Nick Gage, and, I mean, Tomoaki Honma. Who knows? He's got very good stats. Who knows where he'll end up? So that's a few names to join our roster. And, of course, we've got some hardcore guys already. So Hayabusa, Mike Awesome, Raven, Shane McMahon, Mankind, but probably leave him out. Al Snow, the Dudleys, Hardcore Holly, Jeff Hardy's pretty good as well. Stevie Richards. So you got a few names there to kind of round out the division. Stevie Richards would be, probably fun as well. Make a bit of comedy into the division. So, and then Bradshaw as well could pop in here and there if we wanted him to. And then lower end on the card, there's not a lot else. But if we ever needed someone, we could probably call upon a few different guys. But like a Test, for example, 60 Hardcore. If we wanted to get him a bit of a feature, you could probably slide him in there. He'd do okay. So that's a Hardcore division. We already have the Hardcore Championship, and we're going to keep the same title. I wouldn't mind having it locked into just our company, but that's okay. It does add that unpredictability, which is what we want from the Hardcore division. And, also gives us the option, if we wanted to borrow, for example, if RVD won the Hardcore title, we could borrow him and bring him over and have him wrestle for us again. So, things like that could happen. This is Raw as War. Let's take a look at the results. So we open the show with Steve Austin and Rick Rude. So Austin saying that he wants his championship back, but he also wants to be in the King of the Ring tournament, and that's how he's going to go about it. Rick Rude says, "You're going to have to earn it, Steve." And Rick Rude puts him in a qualifying match tonight against Ken Shamrock. Not easy times at all for Steve Austin. Awesome Chains had a match against Edge and Christian for 73. Mike Awesome 60. Chains the worst in the match, 53, but still was pretty good. 53 is good. Christian 65, Edge 73. Both good performances there. We had a promo from Too Cool advancing their storyline against Raven's Nest as they challenged them to a tag team match. Rikishi searching for a bit of revenge after losing his match against Raven recently. Vince McMahon and Rick Rude are seen backstage plotting away, coming up with a plan to maybe screw over Steve Austin tonight, 77. Al Snow and Stevie Richards in what could be a bit of a precursor for what is to come. We're testing out the Hardcore division. We're trying to see, is there some value here? And I gotta say, this is pretty good. A 62 rated match, Al Snow with 41 pop, banged out a 58 performance. Stevie Richards with 40 pop, banging out a 50. Well, you never know, huh? That's got some potential. That's got some potential there. So, Al Snow loses the match. Stevie Richards defends the Hardcore Championship for the very first time in this championship reign. We had a segment backstage where Jim Cornette is promoting the upcoming King of the Ring tournament and announcing some of the matchups that you'll see as qualifying matches over the next few weeks, including Austin and Shamrock tonight, Triple H involved, Road Dogg involved, etc., etc. Speaking of one of those matches, Kane and Takada had a match, and they actually have pretty good chemistry. There you go. Kane 93, Takada 61. Of course, Takada's got about 40 pop, so obviously being a part of martial law, we're looking just to get Takada up the card a little bit, trying to maybe hotshot him a little bit further, and we're trying to do that by having him have some good matches with some top guys. And a pretty good performance there from Takada. A 74 rated match. And, look, Kane, good as always. 93. Good chemistry is really exciting to see. You never know, there's a potential feud down the line if we can get Takada over. So, good matchup there. So, Kane advances in the King of the Ring tournament. In our main event, I thought, we took Austin out of the storyline, but I thought we had Rick Rude get himself involved. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I thought we had, maybe I didn't have Rick Rude involved. I don't know. Maybe I messed up. I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, so it didn't quite work out the way I was looking for. So the idea was Rick Rude was going to come out there and distract Steve Austin. Maybe I forgot to put that little note in. Perhaps I did. But anyways, Shamrock illegally used the ropes for leverage to beat and cheat his way to a victory over Steve Austin. I must have messed that one up. 81 in the end, unfortunately. And at the end, yeah, look, I must have just forgot to put Rick Rude in that segment. Rick Rude came out there and Austin confronted him and hit the stunner on him to kind of lift off that storyline there. So, good to see. Good to see Rick Rude out there in a top spot. I think, yeah, I'm just not sure. That match, both Austin and Shamrock were good. It should have been a 90-plus match, but I swear I remember doing it, but I remember putting that distraction in there, but maybe I didn't save it. I don't know. But anyways, that's what we get. We get an 84 rated show. Unfortunately, not the match we were hoping for at the end, but still, it's not a bad show. I'm happy with that. Nitro. They had an 89 rated show. Shawn Michaels and Goldberg on Nitro? 99! They had a draw. Fuck. Thank God they didn't put on pay-per-view or something that would actually matter. Lex Luger and Sting beat Team Brilliance at 80. The Barbarian, Hammer. Barbarian's a US champ? 58 rated match. Yikes. Scott Hall beat Alex Wright for 89. Wow. DDP beat Wrath for 77. Well, Nitro beat us in show quality this week. That's for sure. Good stuff. Michaels and Goldberg, huh? I mean, that was always going to be money, right? All right, this is SmackDown. Let's take a look. Gangrel had a promo on the pre-show for 66, actually. Nice. That's pretty good. We had Nick Gage make his debut, and Hayabusa was out there as well, and a 38 rated match. Nick Gage got above average for his gimmick of a badass. A hot crowd was against Nick Gage, chanting for him to not come back. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Hayabusa 51, Nick Gage 7, so that might be the first and only appearance Nick Gage has in the WWF. Oh boy, that's not good. The Acolytes had a promo on the pre-show for 85 as well, celebrating their win of the tag titles. We opened up Raw with Mankind, who's requesting a rematch against Hogan. He doesn't want any outside shenanigans in this match though, so we're probably gearing towards some type of cell or something like that to keep them in the ring together. 100 rated. Tomoaki Honma took on Test for 43, so starting to introduce some of our new hardcore wrestlers into the mix. His Extremist gimmick was rated average, and the fans didn't hate him. They accepted him. He got 19 for his performance, and Test got 49. So that's the reason why I wanted, when I was going to sign hardcore wrestlers for this division, I wanted guys that could wrestle a little bit. They weren't just purely deathmatch, because otherwise the fans are going to shit all over it. And they look at Nick Gage, that's exactly what happened. Not good. 43 for this match though. Shane McMahon and Sable talked about Mark Mero, saying that Mero got lucky, and he's glad that Mark Mero is now on Raw because he can finally move on with his life, and move on with his life with Sable. 67. So that kind of signals the end of the storyline between Shane and Mero. Now Sable and Shane can be together elsewhere. Backstage, we had the Dudleys getting a bit of a brawl, a bit of a heated confrontation with the Headbangers, starting that storyline off just to Thrash's gimmicks get a bit stale, just to give the Dudley Boys something to do, get them a win, to get their momentum building and their popularity starting to come their way. We had a King of the Ring qualifying match. Big Show took on D'Lo Brown. I wanted to see what D'Lo Brown was made of. See him in a strong position, see if he can hang. And I think he did pretty well. 54, Big Show 77 for a 78 rated match. Big Show picked up the win and qualifies for the King of the Ring. Chris Jericho cuts a very good promo here. Talks about moving on from The Rock and believes that he could win Championship Gold. And after beating The Rock, he now believes that he's good enough. He's proven that he can hang with the best of the best, and he believes Championship Gold is in his sights in the near future. So kind of mentioning Kurt Angle a little bit here and advancing that storyline. Taka Michinoku took on Super Crazy for 61. We had Taka 66, Super Crazy 56. So Super Crazy picked up the victory. So we wanted to keep Taka Michinoku strong, make sure that he's okay, make sure that he doesn't lose any popularity, but also at the same time, try and get Super Crazy a win just to get that career started, because he's had a few losses since coming in. So this is a win that just starts him out a little bit and gets him a little bit of heat for the storyline, and gets him a bit of popularity hopefully. The Rock is backstage announcing that he will be in the King of the Ring tournament. Michael Cole interviewing him there. 100 rated as always for The Rock. Great promo. And our main event was Kurt Angle taking on Vampiro. Kurt Angle defeats Vampiro in a 2 out of 3 falls match. It's apparently 2 straight falls. There you go. That's a bit of a tough night for Vampiro. Angle makes it his 7th title defense of the Intercontinental Championship. Angle 87, Vampiro very good actually, 69. That's really starting to get good numbers. So this feud between Angle and Vampiro has been tremendous to get Vampiro over. So he's pretty much a fully fledged upper mid-card guy now. Angle will move on from Vampiro and he'll probably look to feud with Chris Jericho next. 83 for the main event, and it gives us an 86 rated show overall for SmackDown. So let's take a look at SmackDown. We had a 42.86. SmackDown's killing Raw on the ratings right now. 18,600 people attended. Great show. Very good. All Japan had a big show by the looks of it. Let's take a look. Kenta Kobashi had the match of the night, apparently. Performance of the night. Holy Demon Army defeated Kobashi and Sano to keep the tag titles for 89. Actually, that was the best match on the card, so it wasn't all that impressive. Stevie Richards was on the card again. Good old Stevie getting an opportunity. Actually, he was on the card twice. He had 2 matches. So he beat Makoto Hashi, and then Satoru Asako beat him. So Richards getting a bit of a spot. Didn't even have to defend his title either. Just getting in there. There you go, Stevie. Getting over worldwide. Stevie Richards, huh? Looks like it probably was a tournament of some sorts, I would say. I think a few guys had some double ups. Anita on there as well. What's Anita's pop in Japan? 75, 77. That's really freaking good. So we're looking to sign Anita. I don't think we've got the dotted line yet, but let's hope. All right, Scorpio's contract is expiring. Now, Scorpio, I thought would be a handy guy for the hardcore division, but actually has 0 hardcore ability. Scorpio's been a job guy for us for a long time now. Will always be a job guy for us. He's never going to get pushed. I think it's time to let him go. Let him go elsewhere and try and prosper. And bring in some new fresh faces. Whether to be job guys or not, but just to give someone else that spot for a while. Lash LaRue's going to stay with WCW. Damn, we're missing out on Lash LaRue. Fuck. Shame. Devon Dudley, he's doing good things in the ring. Rock likes him. That's good. Nothing else to check there. Speaking of Anita, here's the contract. So he'll come in. So Anita might be like maybe our top heel perhaps for a little bit of time in his hardcore division. Like he might be one of the better guys here. So we've used him before, so we'll use him again. So just really waiting on Sabu to sign now. So this is WWF Sunday Night Heat. Let's take a look. Actually, double check the venue. We're in Midwest. All good. Let's take a look. Brian Pillman is out there cutting a promo on Goldust, who interrupts, and they go back and forth on the mic. And we kind of really kicked this feud off between Goldust and Pillman. 73 was the rating for it, which is pretty solid. Goldust and Pillman both doing pretty well. They've both gone around, you know, Pillman's around high 40s, Pop, Goldust around 60. So to get 73 is a good start. And getting this segment, you know, keeping it going well. Mark Henry had a pretty good match with Fit Finlay, 76. It lost heat, but I'm happy with this performance. Mark Henry, 70. Hey, Mark Henry hitting a 70. Could you imagine Mark Henry hitting 70, you know, 6 months plus ago on this mod? Like, insane. Finlay, 71, which is impressive. You know, Mark Henry, this time last year, couldn't even dream about a 70. He'd be lucky to hit 7, you know? So, yeah, it's been a good turnaround for Henry, and he's on his way up. We had a Sabu vignette as we've signed him, and we're going to look to debut him in the near future. Lita Vachon is cutting a promo and challenging Toyota to a match, 72, starting that new storyline between those two. Anita is backstage, so we're debuting him. Unfortunately, his gimmick got below average, but he's getting better at his gimmick, so that might end up being better as time goes on. But Anita's backstage, and he's assembling his weapons. He's getting ready for this hardcore. So it's a bit of kind of a symbol to say that the hardcore division is coming. He's preparing himself. He's getting everything assembled, ready to go for when the time is, for when the time comes. 57. Chains took on Test one-on-one. Chains 52, Test 50 rather. So it was not a squash match, but Test obviously dominated it, so it'll make him look a little bit better. But still, 50. You get 50 every time. You'll take that from Test. Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart cutting a promo and losing heat. That's how strong that storyline's going. That actually lost heat for 88. Wow. Cutting a promo on the Acolytes, kind of returning a promo there on them after losing the Tag Team Championships. And our main event was Ken Shamrock versus Mike Awesome. 79 rated match. That's good. Shamrock 91. Mike Awesome, he impressed. 60. Mike Awesome, what, 44 pop, I think? So to him to get a 60, pretty insane. Shamrock 91 was fantastic. So Shamrock advances and will qualify for King of the Ring. So it was a quick King of the Ring qualifying match up there. So a good chance for Mike Awesome to get a bit of spotlight, because I think he's going to be a good focus for the hardcore division going forward. 79 was the rating there.